Hello and welcome to the Mastery Transcript Consortium Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but will be around for the entire session to answer any questions you may have. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/mastery. I now would like to turn it over to our first school, Champlain College.
Hello and thank you. Let me just share my screen. And can you see that okay? So Champlain College is a career-focused, experience-based education located in Burlington, Vermont. Our student-to-faculty ratio is 11-1, and we're in, like I said, we're in that ideal location of Burlington, Vermont, with our Lake Champlain and beautiful mountain views. We have approximately 1,800 students and that make up our institution, with 6 countries represented along with 46 states. We offer 27 career-focused majors and 34 minors and 50 areas of concentration, including in the areas of business, communications and creative media, information technology, and our School of Social Innovation. We also have what's called our Degree Design Lab, and that is our DDL. So students create a personalized mix of diverse subjects and that they're able to experience real-world experiences in interdisciplinary learning. Champlain College is different by design. We're designated to get you Champlain ready. And with that being said, we offer our upside down curriculum, which we start taking, you start taking classes in your major from day 1. There's up to 6 courses in your first year, preparing you for internships sooner. Our core curriculum, which is our take on Gen Eds, prioritizes critical thinking, inquiry, and communication skills. It's discussion-based, so there's no lectures or exams. We also have our Insight program, which allows you for career positioning. Every student has a designated career coach, assists you in building that resume from the beginning. We also help you with personal finance, and then of course, well-being, making sure that you understand that work-life balance. 100% of our students are involved in experiential learning opportunities. 82% of our students have completed at least 1 internship, and some have gone on to complete 5 and even 6 internships. Some of these opportunities are paid, and so 61% of our internships in 23 were paid of those who participated. We also offer study abroad opportunities at Champlain College. We have our 2 satellite campuses located in Dublin, Ireland, and Montreal, Canada, along with a number of exchange programs in places like France, the Netherlands, Scotland, New Zealand. So whether it's one of the exchange programs or doing a summer internship in Asia, or even a 2-week intensive experience in the Middle East, we have many different study abroad opportunities. So let's talk about some career outcomes. 90% of our graduates were employed or continuing their education within 6 months after graduating. 86% of those employed in career relevant positions, articulation agreements, and there's countless opportunities for on-campus as well as being in the area in Burlington, Vermont. There are more than 13,000 students from surrounding colleges in the area. And so the transportation is easy and the city is very walkable. We actually even have an opportunity for our students with a local ski resort. So students actually get a $75 ski pass to Sugarbush. And so there's countless places to explore the great outdoors here at Champlain College. We have 21 mansions that we call home. So first year students live in these mansions. They're beautiful Victorian era mansions. And so many of our upper year classmen tend to live in either the mansions that we have on campus or our modern suite style residence halls. We have many clubs and organizations for students to be involved in, and a number of campus-wide signature events. Applying to Champlain is easy. We have early decision November 15th, early action December 15th, regular decision January 3rd, and of course our transfer is rolling. You can either complete the common application or the Champlain application. You send along your high school transcripts. SAT and ACT scores are optional, and we do require 2 letters of recommendation and a personal essay. We do have some portfolio majors in which game art and game design are required, and then we have 4 that are optional in our game studio and creative media. We also offer many options for scholarship opportunities. So we hope you enjoyed this brief presentation. Feel free to ask me any questions. My name is Melissa Rosenberg. I'm the Senior Director of Admissions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Champlain College. And remember, you can use the Q&A button if you have questions for our presenters at any time during this presentation. Up next, we have Ithaca College. Ithaca, I don't think your mic is on.
Sorry about that. I was so busy sharing my screen, I forgot all about putting my mic on. Let's try that again. My name is Joan Hurley. I'm from Ithaca College, and I am an assistant director of admission here. Ithaca actually got founded as a school of music, a conservatory of music in the city of Ithaca back in 1892. So we've been around for a long time, but we've grown since that time to incorporate 5 different schools at Ithaca. We have a school of communications, a school of business. We have a school of health sciences and human performance. We have a school of humanities and sciences, and our school of music just this last year incorporated the majors that used to be in our school of humanities and sciences of theater and our minors of dance. And so we have those 5 schools that encompass about 70 different majors, about 70 different minors. We also have, as you can see on this particular slide here, we are located in central Finger Lakes region of New York State. So what that means is you'll have a lot of opportunity to enjoy the outdoors. You'll also have an opportunity to get to know your professors really well, because as you can see here, we have an 11-to-1 faculty to student ratio, about 20 students per class. You're going to get to know your faculty members and your classmates really easily. On campus, we only have about 10, maybe 12 spaces that actually have the opportunity to house maybe 100 students per class, but those are few and far between. So if you're looking for a smaller to mid-sized college with really one-on-one or very intimate type of relationships with faculty and other students, Ithaca may be your place. As you notice here, our statistics are about 4,600 undergraduates, about 400 graduate students. Our focus is primarily undergraduate, and we do have students who join us from all over the country, all over the world, and some U.S. territories as well. We were founded, as I mentioned, as a school of music, and so theory, practice, and performance are really key to our educational experience for students. They understand the theory of what's happening in the classroom, and they practice that in a variety of different ways. And they're also engaged in performance. That's easy to understand for folks in music or theater. However, we have a lot of different spaces on campus where students can engage with their own practice and their own performance. I had a son who came to Ithaca College as a physics major. His practice actually was going out in the field and putting into place what he had learned in the classroom, and also by doing research with his professor and doing archaeological geophysics work over in Cyprus for 3 summers. His performance came when he came back to campus and presented at something that we have each spring called the Wayland Symposium, where he was able to share that information with the wide campus community. But on campus, we have many different performance places or spaces. In our communications school, we have 2 radio stations and a television station. In our School of Business, we have a real-time stock trading room where students learn the ins and outs of corporate assessment as well as stock trading. In our School of Health Science and Human Performance, we have a speech and language pathology clinic. We have one for occupational therapy, physical therapy. Our athletic training majors in that school actually have 3 different locations on campus where they can work with our sports teams and also different students at that time. And as I mentioned, my son was in the Humanities and Sciences School, and he had an opportunity to do research and present that as well. This is one of my favorite views of campus. It kind of gives you a broad look at what our campus looks like. We are a residential college. The majority of our students will be at Ithaca College, residing on campus, about 70% of them, all 4 years. But you do have an option to live off campus in your senior year. Including in our housing options are things like 2-person rooms, which is the majority of what we have. But we also have options for townhouse and apartment style living right on campus. The main academic quad runs from what you see on the screen where the fountains are all the way down to the campus center, which is at the end of that green space. The pond that you see in the front is bordered by our non-denominational chapel. We are not a religious institution, but we do have opportunities for students to maintain their faith expressions while they are a student at Ithaca. The building that you see on the far left of the screen is actually our athletic and events center, which is host to an indoor swimming and diving facility, as well as an indoor track and field facility. Outside this building, you're going to find some of our fields that host our athletic teams. One of the things that we think is important for students when they're going away to college is to try to assess what that school offers in terms of the types of student services and how well the college will support you. In addition to these offices on campus, we also have an office of student success and retention on campus, and that office is there for you as a student. They will help you understand if you need resources and you can't find them, they'll do that. If you're struggling in classes, a professor may ask them to contact you and be in touch with you to find out how they can help support. So it's one of those ways in which we want to make sure that we're taking care of our students while they're at Ithaca College. This is one of our typical 2-person dorm rooms. You can see that it has the typical style and layout of 2 beds, 2 dressers, 2 desks, all of that type of thing. But as I mentioned, we do have a variety of different housing options on campus. Many of the students come to Ithaca College because of our foundation in music, but participating in music or theater is open to all of our students. Even if you're not a major, if you're not a minor, you have that opportunity to actually participate in orchestras, ensembles, choirs. In fact, just this year, we have grown to include 6 different a cappella groups. So if that's your thing, Ithaca has you covered. Outside in the local community, you're going to find a walking mall downtown where there's a lot of festivals and student activities that take place, a lot of different restaurants. In fact, it's touted that we have probably per capita more restaurants than New York City. We also have, as I mentioned, a lot of natural beauty around our area where you're going to find parks. We have about 5 state parks within 10 square miles, a lot to do if you're an outdoors type of person. We have Division III athletics at the college. We have 28 different teams. If you wanted to do your own fitness experience, we have a fully stocked fitness center on campus as well that not only allows you to work out in your own pace, but also be engaged in group activities or group classes. Application deadlines, you can find these all on our webpage. This is the link to our apply page, which will give you more information on all of these deadlines and more. If you're a student who is interested in music or theater, I'd ask you to pay particular attention to information on the School of Music, Theater, and Dance's webpage. They do require students to do auditions and in some cases pre-screening, and the majority of those majors would need to apply by December 1st as a regular admission decision student. So we're looking at a lot of things when we're looking at your application. We're looking at how well you've done in your high school career. We're looking at the levels of courses that you've taken. And we want you to know that we've been test optional since 2012. So it might be new for other schools, but we have been looking at students' applications without test scores for a long time. It's up to you if you'd like to submit them. On a common application, that's one of the questions that we ask. We also have at the college different programs for students. So if you're not sure how you'd like to start, we have something called our Pathways programs. They happen in all of our different schools. In our humanities and science, it's our exploratory program. In our communication school, it's Park Pathways. In our business school, it's Business Pathways. And then in our School of Health Science and Pre-Performance, it's our Health Science Pre-Professional area. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. My email's on the screen there. And I also put in the chat links to different places on our website, which I thought you might find helpful. Thank you so much for listening tonight. I hope you found this informational, and I'm going to turn it back over to you, Jenny, for the next school.
Thank you, Ithaca. I appreciate it. Up next, we have Carnegie Mellon University.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And good evening, everyone. Get this pulled up here. Wonderful. Well, my name is Jordan Elling. I'm one of our senior assistant directors in the Office of Admission at Carnegie Mellon. So Carnegie Mellon is a mid-sized private school that's located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are about 5 miles away from the heart of downtown Pittsburgh. So if you enjoy being in that urban environment, you'll literally have it in your backyard, but we're set off a little bit to the side. So you're going to still feel like you're on a college campus. There's lots of greenery and you feel like you have your own space. On campus, we have over 300 different student organizations and have a little bit of something for everyone. The most popular ones tend to range from club and intramural sports, our arts organizations, as well as our STEM clubs. On campus, all first-year students are required to live in our on-campus housing, and then housing is guaranteed for all 4 years. Our housing is super centrally located, so from your bedroom to the opposite side of campus is probably a 10-minute leisurely walk at most. On the next slide, we'll go into talking a little bit more about academics, but if you're interested in research, Carnegie Mellon is a great place to be. We're consistently ranked as one of the top undergraduate programs in the country for our research opportunities. This past year, we were ranked number 2, right behind MIT. So there are research opportunities for all majors, and you can really start getting involved in those projects during your first year. So a little bit about academics at Carnegie Mellon. So overall, we have about 7,000 undergraduate students, and our incoming class size is about 1,600 to 1,800 students. With that class size, it allows us to have pretty small academic courses. 70% of our courses have 20 or fewer students in them, so you'll really get an individualized academic experience. Overall, at Carnegie Mellon, we are a very interdisciplinary place, so if you have multiple interests, we really encourage you to be able to put those interests together in your curriculum. So an important thing to know about applying to Carnegie Mellon is that you will apply directly to the college or program of your choice rather than the university overall. So it is a good idea to have a general understanding of what you might want to study before you apply, but you'll be directly admitted into your top choice program, so no additional application process once you're on campus. Running through our colleges briefly, we have our College of Fine Arts, which will feature 5 professional art schools: music, drama, art, architecture, and design. If you're applying to any of those schools, you'll also go through a portfolio or an audition process, which makes up a large majority of the admission decision. We have our School of Business, which will feature our degree in business administration, and then you can choose up to 2 different concentrations, which you see listed here to make the curriculum your own. Our School of Computer Science is going to feature 5 different majors, so any student who enters the School of Computer Science will have that first year to explore the different majors and then can ultimately choose any of them at the end of your first year. We also have our College of Engineering. So beginning this year, if you're interested in engineering, you'll be able to list which engineering department you're most interested in on the Common Application. You'll then be directly admitted into that engineering department, so no additional application process once you're on campus. Our Humanities and Social Sciences is our largest college in terms of the different programs that are offered and also has the widest variety. So it'll feature everything from those more traditional style humanities programs, but it also has a quantitative focus to it. Statistics and machine learning is the most popular major within the college, and even some of the curriculums within psychology and social and decision sciences tend to have a more quantitative focus to them. If you're interested in a liberal arts style curriculum, this would also be the best college for you. And then finally, we have our Mellon College of Science. So this will feature those more traditional lab-based sciences, and it's also where our math department is housed. If you're interested in the sciences and interested in research, Carnegie Mellon's a great place to be, as over 90% of our science majors will complete research during their time here. Then a little bit about the application process. So a few things to know. One is that we're a common application school, so the only way to apply is through the common application. We are also test optional for this upcoming application cycle, with the exception that if you are interested in applying to our School of Computer Science, we do recommend submitting test scores. In future years, our testing policy is going to be what we're calling test flexible. So we will require testing scores of some sort, but it can be through an ACT, an SAT, AP score, IB score. Any of those would satisfy the requirement. For our admission plans, we have an early decision and a regular decision plan. Early decision is a binding application plan, so if you're admitted under early decision, we do expect that you would enroll at Carnegie Mellon. However, an important thing to note for us is that our admission rate for early decision is about the same as our regular decision admission rate. So the only big benefit of applying under early decision is if Carnegie Mellon is your top choice, you'll be able to find out sooner. But if you wanted to compare your different offers, take a little longer time to decide, you can feel confident applying under regular decision and those admission chances still being the same. The other thing I like to mention on this page is a little bit about career outcomes. So our students are going into great jobs, getting great starting salaries. But one of my favorite resources that we have, and I'll put the link to this in the chat, is through our Career Center. So on this website, if you click their Outcomes tab, you can filter it by major and by college to see exactly where our students are going afterwards. So it'll show job title, company name, salary information, location. So it can be a helpful tool to see if Carnegie Mellon is a good fit based on what you want to do. And then finally, to bring it back to Pittsburgh and campus life, so this top picture in the left-hand corner here is a view of our downtown Pittsburgh area. So we're about 5 miles from this location, but as a student in the city of Pittsburgh, you get free access to our Pittsburgh public transportation. So it'll take you to all the city neighborhoods, it'll take you to the airport, to the local suburbs. So it's a really convenient option that most of our students will utilize. And then as a student in the city, you also get free access to almost all of the museums. So a nice, easy, fun thing to do when you have a weekend or evening free. Last thing I'll mention on this page is just a little bit about study abroad. So all students in all majors at Carnegie Mellon have the opportunity to study abroad at least once during their 4 years here. And we have a very open-ended study abroad policy. So as long as you want to go somewhere that's safe and that you can transfer credits back from, we'll help make it happen. The 2 most popular hubs are typically students wanting to go to Asia and Europe, but we've had physics students study abroad in Antarctica, so anything can really be a possibility. But on this last page here, it has our office's contact information, but in the chat, I will also include my contact and a few follow-up links. So thanks so much for being here tonight.
Thank you so much. And remember, we do have that Q&A open, so if you have questions for any of our schools here during any time during these presentations, please feel free to put your questions in the Q&A. Up next, we have High Point University.
All right. Hello, everyone. Alrighty, my name is Elizabeth Busher. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at High Point University. First and foremost, I do want to start with our mission statement because it encompasses everything that you do and experience here on campus. So at High Point University, we believe every student receives an extraordinary education and inspiring environment with caring people. These are the 4 pillars of which we are built upon. We do not believe that they can stand alone. So first and foremost, academic excellence. You're going to college for a reason. You want the best of the best. So there are some statistics that back us up with that. We do have, I'll see them on the next slide, but over 80% of our professors have terminal degrees in their field. Students maintain a 3.5 GPA average and above. But next is experiential learning in every major. In every single class you're going to take, 25% of that is going to be whether it's putting you out in the field, shadowing, or just getting hands-on learning. We have life skills. We're the premier life skills university. So we're helping you grow in who you are as an individual, meeting you where you are, and it goes beyond the classroom. So whether that's internship skills, interview abilities, or even dining etiquette, being able to pitch your plan or your entrepreneurship ideas, and then modeling values and building your character. So again, this is that extraordinary education. So all of our freshman students do take the President's Seminar taught by Dr. Nito Cubain. All students are given the opportunity to engage in undergraduate research. You can start that as early as freshman year. And we do have a smaller class size, so about 5,000 undergraduate students, 1,000 graduate students, leading to about a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio. But none of your courses are going to be taught by graduate students, all by professors. So the top 10 freshman majors are most popular are definitely among the business and the STEM related fields, as well as psychology. But I will say most of our students do come in as undeclared, and I think that is a fantastic option because how are you expected to know exactly what you want to do for the rest of your life right now? So you do not have to declare your major until the end of your sophomore year. We do have over 72 majors and 70 minors to choose from, but we will set you up for success with our mentors, and especially if you're coming in undeclared, this is Project Discovery. This is something that we incorporate. Students will work with a success coach bi-monthly to both make sure that you are staying on track in your classes, getting those gen eds out of the way, but also exploring different opportunities. So maybe adding a class in one field or the other. Adding in the President's Seminar, individual career counseling, that sort of thing. So again, this is an inspiring environment. I will say we're equidistant between Raleigh and Charlotte, just about an hour and a half away if you need that big city feel or want to go to a game. It's not far. We are also about 3 hours from the beach and from the mountains, so good for a quick vacation away, but there's really no reason to ever leave campus. Students have access to, you can have a car on campus all 4 years, completely complimentary. We are continually growing. We have gotten over 500 acres, but still definitely a walkable campus. We have over 200 clubs and organizations. This is a quick caption, a little photo of what campus looks like at this point. And then, like I said, we're continually growing. So we just broke ground on the School of Dental Medicine and our law school. And our next big project is the library. Alrighty. And then, like I said, so about 80% of our students actually come from out of state. So it's not like a suitcase school. It's not going to become a ghost town over the weekend. There's always something to do. There's always concerts happening. We actually had Jason Derulo here on campus last year, so some pretty big names. We are D1 sports school, so our top sport is definitely basketball, but we have lacrosse, track and field, baseball, tennis. We just added rowing. And we understand that mentorship matters. So our campus has previously been ranked #1 in safest campuses in the nation. So you will constantly have that support system around you through your professors, again, that success coach, and then the access to career professionals. So something that sets us apart is we do have access to innovators. So some of these logos you might definitely recognize. These leaders come to campus, whether that be a few times, basically seminar-based, or some of them are full-time professors on campus. So great to hear that experience and how they got there. I will just wrap it up quickly. We do take early decision, early action. That's what I recommend at this point. This is just an average academic profile from the last class of our students. We don't have hard requirements to apply, merely recommendations. So this is everything that we look at in the application process. We are a test optional school, but we like to see students who are really well-rounded. So we understand you can't be the president of every club and organization because who has that kind of time? But yep, we take the Common App score and the HPU app. These are our early decision benefits. So these students get priority class registration, housing, designated parking area, and the like. And then if you're interested, we do have an honors program and fellowship programs. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Up next, we have Clark University.
Thank you, Jenny. My name, showing that in the right, hold on. Let's grab the right one. There we go. Good evening, everyone. My name is Terry Mellon. I am the Senior Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Clark University. We are located in Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester is the second largest city in New England, so we do have an urban campus feel, but on campus we have lots of brick buildings and green spaces. That's pretty much the hallmark of a New England college. We have 2,300 undergraduate students hailing from all over the world. We also do have some graduate programs, and I'll talk about one specific link that the undergraduate and graduate program has a little later in the presentation. Clark thinks about education really holistically. It's not just about the classes you'll take, it's about all of the experiences you'll have living on campus, being in student clubs and organizations, internships, and things like that. We've designed a program that ensures that every student will have the opportunity to discover and demonstrate their purposes, to cultivate communities, to engage both in our local Worcester community as well as in global challenges, and to help them develop their professional identity to prepare them for whatever comes next. The core of that is your major. You have till the end of your sophomore year to declare a major, so you do not need to know what you want to major in when you are applying to Clark. You apply to the university and then are open to selecting any of our 45 plus majors. We also have a wide range of minors and interdisciplinary concentrations that students can tack on, and many of our students do have multiple interests. Doing double majors or a major minor combination is extremely popular. We have courses across the spectrum, so there's sciences, social sciences, humanities, visual and performing arts, School of Business. Just highlighting a couple of them. Our School of Business is fully accredited by the AACSB, and they have a range of majors in management, finance, marketing, entrepreneurship, and the like. Our interactive game design program is ranked number 3 in the country by Princeton Review, and is a really comprehensive program looking at all elements of game design, from the artistic side to the audio to the storytelling, the production, the user interface, and the like. Next fall, we'll be opening the School for Climate, Environment, and Society, which will be building on strengths that have existed for years in things like geography and environmental science and global environmental studies. But things that have been siloed into different majors at Clark will be coming together in this new school. Regardless of your major, all of our students complete the Clark Core. This is designed so that no matter what your major is, you're going to be developing critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, deeper analysis and ability to work with data, and being able to look at problems from multiple viewpoints. So in addition to your major, you're going to be taking classes, at least there's 9 requirements that you have for the full 4 years to complete, and you have to take them in at least 5 different academic disciplines. Many students spread them out more than that. This is not a strict set of courses that you have to take of the 9 requirements. Each of them have dozens of ways to fill them and a variety of majors. So if you don't want to take an English class to fill your writing expression requirement, you don't have to. You can take a sociology or a philosophy or a government class. And to do your formal analysis class, you could do something traditional like a calculus or statistics class, but you could also take legal analytic reasoning in the philosophy department. So you'll have a lot of choice and ability to carve your own path through the Clark core while developing the skills that we think are important regardless of what your major is. Community is a major part of the Clark experience. We are a small residential campus, and so the residence halls are a major force of community, but there are also academic communities within your major, within getting involved with research. We are a research university, and all of our professors are involved in their own scholarly work and invite students to work on those projects. We have a 4-year comprehensive honors experience. It's another community that you could be a part of. But communities also exist through our student clubs and organizations. We have over 130 of them, wide range of types of courses and opportunities and communities to become a part of there. We also have 17 varsity sports. We're an NCAA Division III school that competes in the New England Men's and Athletic Conference. And then there are hallmark events throughout the year that bring the entire community together. This is just a small example of the types of communities that you'll be a part of, but you really are able to form communities through these ways. Also, we have Clark career communities, so you can join through our career center, the business community or the health and wellness community or the arts community, and explore careers through those communities as well. Worcester is another part of our community. As I mentioned, we are located in the city of Worcester. It's the second largest city in New England. And our students are really able to use and showcase the Worcester experience in their academic experience. Our faculty members teach classes called Problems of Practice courses, which are courses that they work with members of the Worcester community to make sure that our students are having the opportunities to take what they're learning in the classroom and apply it in different settings. You could be in an art history class that's working at the Worcester Art Museum, learning how to curate an exhibit. You could be doing a French translation class, working with a local nonprofit, doing translation services for recent refugees to the United States. You could be doing an environmental science class, doing tree studies in a local arboretum. So built right into the class, you can have the opportunity to explore Worcester. There's tons of internship opportunities. But it's also a city, so there's tons of things to do. There's beautiful parks, there's a great music and art scene, there's minor league sports teams, there's over 300 restaurants. So our students really do get out into the community and embrace it as their home. Students also have the opportunity to study abroad. We have 50 different study abroad programs all over the world, and this is a thing that students do quite a bit. You're going to culminate your experience by doing a capstone project within your major, and you'll work with a faculty member to design that. And then finally, I'm just going to skip a slide because I do want to end on the 4+1 accelerated master's degree. This is an opportunity for students that come and earn an undergraduate degree at Clark to stay for 1 additional year and get a master's degree. There's 22 different master's degrees available as part of this program. And if you have the qualifications to earn a spot in one of these master's degree, you get a 100% tuition scholarship for the 5th year. And about a third of our students stay through this program to extend their learning at Clark. And I am going to pass it back over to Jenny.
Thank you so much. Again, if anyone has questions, please feel free to use that Q&A function. Last but not least, we have the University of Arizona. Jackie, we need you to unmute.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, so let me share my screen really quick and okay, should be this one. Perfect. So hi everyone, I'm Jackie. I'm from the University of Arizona. So our location is in Tucson, so we get a little bit more towards the West Coast. We are about an hour-ish, a little past like Phoenix. We're about 5.5 hours away from San Diego. We're also really close to the border, so in case you guys ever want to go down to Nogales, Hermosillo, anything like that, a lot of our students do like to, you know, kind of go around, especially also going into New Mexico, since we're kind of like in the sweet spot of like doing everything. Also, fun fact that a lot of people are shocked about when it comes to Tucson, it snows a little bit on campus during the winter. You're not going to get massive snow, but you're definitely going to get a little bit, you know, just just to say that we're a little different. So it's kind of cute. But yeah, we're also known as the gastronomy city of Arizona. So you're definitely going to get loads of food, especially because of the fact that we're so close to a lot of different places. So it's super, super fun. Now, here at the university, we do have over 150 different majors. So our main things are anything medical. So nursing, medicine, our medical program is really, really good. But overall, we do have a lot of different things. We also have something called the undecided majors. So we do know that not everyone knows what they want to do right out of high school, and that is perfectly okay. We will basically help you throughout the process. That way you don't have to be really stressed out right now in high school. It's totally okay. We'll help you through. And we also have something called the W.A. Frankie Honors College. So in case you're currently taking any AP classes, IB, dual enrollments, anything kind of like that, and you want to keep, kind of pushing yourself a little bit more, then you can join our W.A. Frankie Honors College. They have like their own little sessions. They have their own honors village as well on campus. So you're going to be able to be surrounded by a lot of other like honor students, and it's really, really nice. But overall, this is kind of like all of our colleges at the moment, and law, because we do also have a pre-law. So in case you're wanting to go into law school, we do have a law major as well. Now, Wildcat life. We are super, super Wildcat spirited here at the U of A. So we're a D1 school in case you're ever interested in doing anything sports related. You might want to try out. You might just want to look at the games. It's totally okay. We do also have something called our Zona Zoo, which is our student section. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not a big sports person, but I still love being in the student section because everyone's yelling. So I'm yelling, even if I have no idea what I'm yelling about. It's still super, super fun. So I would highly encourage you guys to participate. And a cute little tradition here at the U of A is on the Fridays before like home games, we kind of shut down the University Boulevard, which is like a street close to campus. And we have something called the Bear Down Fridays, and it's basically a big pep rally. So we have DJs, we have food, we have the whole community coming in, because literally all of the like entirety of Tucson, which is like the city around the U of A, everyone is super Wildcat spirited. So you're always going to have a lot of fun here, and you're definitely going to meet a lot of people that are super, super proud of being Wildcats. However, I will say when it comes to living on campus, it is completely optional. You don't have to live on campus if you don't want to. But if you do want to, we do have 23 different options for you guys. There's different price points to them as well. So you can kind of choose your vibe, choose a little bit of what you guys feel more comfortable with. And like I said, it is fully like up to you if you do want to live on campus, but we are on a first come, first serve basis. So I typically suggest if we're your like top 3 options, you can put in an application. You don't have to commit to the university to be part of our, to submit an application. You can simply, again, if we're one of your top 3s, and then once you're actually send an email to choose your dorm, that's when you're actually going to need to commit to the university or pay your enrollment fee, I guess, before actually being able to choose your dorm. But that won't be until the spring semester, so you still have a little bit of time. But yeah, so for now, just make sure to submit your application as soon as you can. We do have them all around campus, so you're definitely going to have different options. And when it comes to paying for college, 9 out of 10 of our students do receive financial aid. So that is something that we're super, super proud of here at the university. We definitely are trying to make it accessible for everyone, or as accessible as possible. And this is one of the things that we have as well, our scholarship universe. So I would highly advise you guys, again, even if you're not fully sure yet if you want to go to the university or not, go log into your scholarship universe once you're admitted into the university, and you can start applying for scholarships. We have so many on here. They're external and internal, meaning some are major specific, coming directly from the college that you got admitted to. Some are random people like outside that want to give you guys money. So you have so many things here that you can apply to. There is no limit. So please, please apply to as many as you can. And if you are ready to apply, our application is in the Common App, the Coalition app, and they're open now. So we are rolling admissions. So basically what that means is that you'll receive a response every like 2 to 4 weeks after you submit your application. So all you need to submit it is your 4 years of English, 4 years of math, 3 years of lab science, 2 years of social sciences, which includes 1 year of American history, 2 years of a second language, or 1 year if it's like a dual enrollment course or like the CLEP test or something like that, but for the best like GPA kind of thing, maybe like 2 years, and 1 year of either a fine arts or ACTE course. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at the admissions office. Our email is pretty easy, admissions@arizona.edu. But yeah, overall, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're always happy to help. But thank you, and I'll pass it back to Jenny.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. I'll ask everyone to come back on camera for just a moment as we really quickly finish up. I know we're getting towards the And we'll just really quickly go through our last Q&A question, our one Q&A question for tonight, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So we'll go in the same order, round robin.
Yeah. Thanks, Jenny. So I would recommend that you be in touch with your admissions counselor. So every representative or every student is assigned admissions representative here at Champlain College. And so what I recommend is you be in touch with that admissions counselor, ask those important questions. They're there to guide you and help you through the process. So utilize them to your best advantage. And actually, they're the ones reading your application too. So they're the ones that are your best advocates for the committee.
Hi, yes. My advice is for both students and parents. It's a matter of, I think when you go to visit a college or when you're talking to admission counselors, make sure you make note of all the questions that you're asking. Ask those at every single school. Make sure that you're then recording that information so that after you visit 5, 10, 20, you've applied to all those schools, how are you going to make your decision? Make sure that you and your parent both do that a little bit separately so that you have some things that you can compare and share together to say, here's what I saw that's important for you as a student. Here's what I liked about the college, mom and dad. So make sure that you have those opportunities. You can share that information and then know up front how you're going to be choosing your decision once you've visited all those colleges.
One of my recommendations is just to remember that the college search process is a very personal process and can also be very subjective as well. So just because a school is a great fit for your best friend, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a great fit for you. The two things that I sometimes see students not think about quite as much, one is the size of a school. So just thinking about, are you going to be comfortable going to a lecture that might have 800 people in it? Some students might be fine with it, others might not want that. The other is thinking about location too. So not only how far is it away from your hometown, but also thinking, do you want to be in a college town? Do you want to be in a city environment? So those are just two things to keep in mind.
Absolutely. My advice, I froze, is definitely visit. How are you going to know where you want to live the next 4+ years of your life if you don't physically envision the environment that you see yourself not just learning in, but living, eating, sleeping in? It makes all of the difference. It means the world to us as admissions counselors to see that you were able to put it in your wheelhouse and take the time to come see campus. But more importantly, great to just know for reference for yourself. So.
Great advice. The thing that I would add to it is to find a way to stay organized in the process. Joanne touched on this a little bit in terms of keeping track of your notes while you're visiting. But I would say whether it's a shared Excel spreadsheet, a shared calendar, a whiteboard somewhere, make a list of where you're applying, what the deadlines are, what the requirements are both for admissions and financial aid. Figure out which one has the earliest deadline. And then think about the deadline 10 days before that. Don't wait until that deadline because you can't control the computer failing, the internet going out, things like that. You just add stress if you're waiting until the last minute. So find your earliest deadline. Pick a date 5 to 10 days beforehand, and in your head, think of that as your deadline. And the other thing as a family, stay organized about this by actually setting aside time to talk about college and not having it be every conversation that you have over the next couple of months. Pick a Sunday afternoon, a Tuesday evening, whatever works for your family, and say, this is the time we're going to talk about where are we going to visit, what applications have I submitted, what do I need from my parents to be able to submit those? Where am I in my decision-making process? Because it can get overwhelming if every conversation you're having over the next couple of months is about the college search process. So I know that worked well in my family and one of us would say it was like, dad approached me and be like, sorry, I need to talk to you on Tuesday about that. And it worked for us.
From my end, my perspective, honestly, I highly agree with everyone here, but especially Elizabeth saying that like you really should go to campus because I feel like you really never know like when you're actually like like the university itself until you're actually there, just because the vibe is completely different. The students might be different. Going back to also that thing of like, who knows, you know, if you even like the town, if you like the city, if you like the students around you. So it's best to go in person, or if you can't, a lot of us also have virtual options, so at least for the virtual one. But outside of that, I mean, I always say that senior year, you know, it's kind of like shopping around. So see who gives you the best deal, apply for a lot of scholarships, apply for financial aid, see what clubs are available, what like majors are available, make sure that it's a good fit for you and like that the actual university, that we're here for you, you're not here for us kind of thing. So, you know, think of it that way. See which one is the best fit for you that way. And
Perfect. Thank you, everyone.
Chris,
Sorry, we are really out of time. We're over our time, so we do have to end, but thank you so much for joining us. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other session recordings at strivescan.com/mastery. And please, we encourage you to check back to the schedule. There are more sessions happening right after this one. So we're going to get over there and we'll hope to see you there. Have a great evening.